This is Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use. Fair use.
Muslims fall over each other trying to get to microphones to explain that to the world. We do that to disassociate ourselves from the renegade actions of individual criminals who perform atrocities in the name of our religion. Now, contrast that with the endless list of crimes committed by the United States. And you can go back as far as you want or as recently as you want. If you want to go as far as Nagasaki, Hiroshima, you can go there. If you want to go to slavery, you can go there. If you want to go to the genocide of the Native Americans, you can go there. And if you want to just talk more recently, you can talk about Iraq. You can talk about Afghanistan. You can talk about Syria. You can talk about Yemen. You can talk about drone attacks in Pakistan. You can talk about bombing the pharmaceutical factory in Sudan. It doesn't finish the atrocities committed by the United States. And that's just against us. Forget about talking about Latin America in the 1970s, 1980s, and now. Where's the remorse? Where's the apology? These aren't actions of renegade individuals. These are actions sanctioned by the government. These are actions performed by the government and sanctioned by the government and endlessly defended until now. Defended by the government and justified by the government, justified by the media, justified by pundits, justified by analysts, justified by think tanks. No one has apologized for any of these actions. They never apologize, and they don't feel any need to apologize. That's no conscience. There's no conscience there. There's no sense of guilt. There's no sense of humanity. There's no sense of responsibility and accountability, and no sense of grief for their actions. The closest they'll come is to say, yes, maybe Iraq was a mistake because there was no weapons of mass destruction after all. But the truth is, even if there were weapons of mass destruction, you didn't have a right to do what you did. Even if there were. Nations have a right to possess weapons of mass destruction. America possesses them. The UK possesses them. Everyone who was involved in the coalition against Iraq possesses weapons of mass destruction. So no.
Okay, we're gonna leave it there. Now, let's get the scripts. And I want to address too the Chinese pretty much putting the same thought out there. Well, first of all, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rikah Kadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shah being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Now we're going to go into the scriptures and show how these American Babylonians, they don't have any, not going to have any remorse. And this is how they are naturally. Okay. It's Psalms 58, starting with verse 2. And let's start with verse 1 to get the whole thought. It says, do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do you judge uprightly, ye sons of men? So it's saying, judge this situation. Yeah, in heart ye work wickedness, and weigh the violence of your hand in the earth. See, while you trying to weigh something and weigh what everybody else weigh in, how they say weigh in on what somebody else doing. See, the Arabs is saying, well, what about what you doing? The Chinaman is saying, well, what about what you doing? Okay? What about the violence that you doing in the earth? Verse 3 it say, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And see, the Arab guy, he goes into a spiel about they was in the mountains, they was famine, and they was going through all kind of stuff, and it molded them to be this way. But no, see, their forefather was on that type of time when he was saying he was famished, and they get it from their forefather, because this is the spirit he had, where he was do anything to get some kind of substance. He was all about the flesh. See, he put fleshly things above everything. See, and this is why the scriptures call him this right here in Hebrews 12 and 16. It says, for he said, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. See, his descendants is profane, godless. See, ungodly. That's what Psalm 73 and 12, I think it says, the ungodly prosper in the world, they increase in riches. See, this is why they the rich peoples on the earth. They ungodly, and they just wanting to please their flesh. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. That's why they a fornicator. They'll sleep with a dog, human, same sex, they don't care. Little children, they don't discriminate. They trying to chase pleasure for their flesh. That goes into 1 John 2 and 15. It says, love not the world. Why? Neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh. See, this is what Esau, how he operate. He got the lust of the flesh. And see, in these last days, this is what's going to be the battle for these peoples that want to make their calling and election sure and show themselves approved to the Lord. See, making a sacrifice and doing the acceptable will of God. Meaning they gonna stay away from the lust of the flesh, because this is the test. This is the traps that they trying to set out there for you. Saying the lust of the eyes. He don't get you with the eyes, because the eyes is gonna first introduce you to this lust, to this thing that's trying to pretty much attract you. It says, and the pride of life. See, people showing off what they got. See, chasing after this job, that job, trying to show that they somebody, and really envying their oppressor. It says, it's not of the Father, but is of the world. It's not of the Israelites to operate this way, because the Lord taught the Israelites how to kill that flesh. That's why Yahweh Shah says, "It's nothing you're gonna be able. It's nothing that you're not gonna be able to do if you fast and pray." See, you got to fast and pray, and you'll be able to defeat this flesh. This is what Yahweh Shah was doing when he went into fasting. Verse 17, it says, the world passes away. See, Esau is going to pass away. It says, and the lust thereof. See, and his desires, the stuff that he desire is to have power and control and to commit fornication. See, and to please his flesh, that's going to pass away with his behind. It says, but he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. So they abide, we abide forever. Because we're not gonna be dealing with the flesh. We're gonna be dealing with the future. Now let me get let's see here. 2 Corinthians, or is it 1 Corinthians? Let me try 1 Corinthians. Yeah, I think it's 2 Corinthians. Okay, here it is. In 2 Corinthians 10:3, it says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh." See, this is what Esau do. He war after the flesh. He want to be the richest. He want to be able to get more than his heart can wish. As the Lord said, he gave him more than his heart can wish in Psalm 73. See, more than his heart can wish for, this is what Esau war and fight for. Say for verse 4, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imagination." See, this imagination, oh, I want this fleshly thing, and I'm desiring this thing. See, I want to do this, and I want to do that. Maybe if I do that, it'll make me feel better. See, maybe if I do this, it'll make me feel better. Chasing these desires. And it's another one I got just thinking about that. Let's see here. Which one is it? Is it Ephesians or Galatians? Let's see here. Let me try to find this verse because this is a killer. It says plans. Is it plans? No, not plan. Let's say plan. It's in the Paul's writing. Let's see. Let's put it in flesh because that might give it to us. How many times? 400. Oh, it's not. It's in like Ephesians. Corinthians. Okay. It looks like it's a lot of it in here, but I want the one. See, look at 1 Peter 4:2. It says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but the will of God. See, you focus on trying to deal with the will of the Lord. That's what we warn for. But it's a, what did it say? Hebrews. Colossians. Flesh through death. As it talks about pretty much planning to do some crap. I want to run across this thing. Salakia for not having this one ready. Oh, look at Galatians 5:16. It says, "Thus this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." Look at 5:13. It says, "For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty, only use not the liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another." Okay. Yeah, Galatians got a lot. Mm. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna be able to find this one because Paul really went in on his flesh, man. hmm There it is. Romans 13 and 14. It says, "But put ye on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof." So it's, and in some scriptures say, don't make plans, see, ahead of time to fulfill the lust of your flesh. See, that's what people doing. They making plans and saying, I want, and they using their imagination, saying, I want to do this. That'll make me feel better. Maybe I can get into that. Maybe I can get to doing some kind of fornication. It'll make me feel better. And they chasing that on a wide scale nowadays. And this is what he promoting with the television. See, he giving these people provision. What they call it? They call it not projecting. This is a specific word that they give it. Man. And I was just on that terminology too. But it pretty much say that you they trying to get you to want to oh man, I had the terminology and it's so powerful too. It's psychological. It's something like psychology. Something psychologists. They lead